Welcome to day 122 of our school year. 58 school days left. Let's go ahead and get down our beginning fraction. We have a total of 180 school days, and we are on day 122. So now we want to think, is our numerator prime or composite? Well, 122 is even, and the only even number that's prime is the number 2, so it has to be composite. So that means we're going to do the prime factorization of both our denominator and our numerator. Okay, let's see. It ends in a 0, so I can divide by 5. I can get 30 groups of 5. That's 150, leaving 30, which is 6. That's even. I can divide by 2. Half of 30, I won't do, but half of 20 is 10. Half of 16 is 8. It's even. I get 9. By 3, I get 3. 3 is prime, so I am done. Here, 122 is even, so I get 61. And 61 is prime. So I am done. Let's go ahead and get down our prime factorization from least to greatest. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And 2 times 61. So what do we have in common? It looks like we have a 2. We're left with 61 in the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18 times 5 is 90 in the denominator. So let's go ahead and make our groups of 2. Your groups of 2 do not have to look like mine, but you do want to make sure there's 2 in each. And you have your shaded separated from your unshaded. Alright, so we got to figure out how many total groups of 2 we have. So the way I made my rows, I have 5 in each, so I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90 total groups. And I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 61 shaded in. Okay, now that I've done my division with my model, I'm going to divide with my algorithm. I'm going to divide both by 2, which is my greatest common factor. So the area model of 180 square units, this side is 2, and 122 square units, this side is 2. 50 times 2 is 100. Numbers the same, zeros the game. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros the game. And 40 times 2 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros the game. Add these together. 50 plus 40 is 90. So the side of the rectangle would be 90. Here, 2 times 50 is 100. Numbers the same, I'm sorry, more on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros the game. 11 times 2 is 22. Numbers the same, zeros the game. 50 plus 11 is 61. Okay, let's go ahead and check using our inverse operation. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, we don't need to actually add 0. 2 groups of 0 is 0, 2 groups of 9 tens is 18 tens. 2 groups of 1 is 2, 2 groups of 6 tens is 12 tens. So 122, that matches our dividend, check. 180, that matches our dividend, check. So that means our numerator is definitely 61, and our denominator is definitely 90. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Okay, we are on trimester 2, week 13, the last day of our trimester. We will begin trimester 3 tomorrow. I'm sorry, next Monday. Today's date is 3/6/19, and our fraction for today is 61/90. We did groups of 2, so let's go ahead and get out our number line. The last one we have is 59/90. Then we have 60/90, which has lots of equivalent fractions. It is one of the many equivalent fractions to 2/3. 2/3 is our simplest form. Then we have today 61/90. There are no lines underneath because this is our equivalent fraction in lowest terms or simplest form. Okay, let's go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.